Well, first day of SIDETRACKED 18. Everyone's pretty pumped. We're just heading out of the Barossa. First stop will be Ballarat tonight, or just out of Ballarat. We'll camp there and then get up nice and early in the morning. Get organised for the ferry. We've got to be there by 7:30, I think. We've got to start boarding. We've got Marco and Kristen riding shotgun in the Jeep, or Matty Boy in his Hilux. We're also meeting a couple more mates in Melbourne. Hamish in his Nivara, which has been on one of our other trips on Flinders. He's got Jordan and Angus with him for the first week, and then they'll be flying out from Tasmania back home and swapping over with Hamish's misso. So that's the rundown. We look forward to it. Now, I'm not so sure my auxiliary battery is charging.
In the tracker or in the truck?
In the truck. We've got a ferry to catch in 2 hours-ish. Nice early start from our camp just out of Ballarat. It sucked. The campsite was alright, but it was windy as hell. Tent was flapping around. And get up and ask Mark how his sleep was, and he said the James Brood was just fantastic. So that made it even worse. It is a big boat.
Here we are on the dock, about to board the mighty Spirit of Tasmania. Woo!
Well, this is us for the next 10 hours. During this time, the boat will use around 70,000 litres to travel the 430 kilometres to Tasmania. So in terms of fuel use, that's about 16,000 litres per 100. So by recent calculations, that's on par with the Jeep.
Isn't this beautiful?
Nice,
Hey?
Ferry.
Well, there you go.
The 9-hour drive over went well, except for a minor battery issue, and of course there's Matt.
What are we doing here?
Matt forgot his pillow.
His pillow.
Yeah.
So we come to Big W to get a pillow.
No.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Always one of us, isn't it? Always,
Yeah.
who would have thought?
We're in Tassie.
Yay!
12 hours since we boarded, basically. Yeah, it's 6:45 now at night. We sort of stuffed up a little bit while booking our tickets a little bit late on the ferry. So initially we wanted to be on the night ferry, so we just sleep and wake up fresh as and go from there. So instead we had a few beers, had a bit of a sleep, had a shower, and yeah, here we are in Tassie. So we found this little campsite on Wiki Camps. It's basically just a bloody oval, but it would be good enough for tonight.
What have you done, homie?
Oh, Hamish.
Hey mate,
First day.
some bloody idiot was born in a tent.
Born in a tent, didn't put lid on the oil, eh?
Yep.
Ah, that's got to happen. Inside the MDC. Woo! Bit flash. The Taj Mahal on this trip. Nice and warm in there, actually, boys.
3 blokes will do that.
Righto, what are we, Sunday 12 o'clock roughly. We packed up our little camp at Devonport. Done a big shop this morning, so we're probably good for about a week. And heading for a place called Black Point Camp, I think. Basically headed west from Devonport, went through Burnie, and we're on the opposite side of Burnie at the moment. So it looks like about half an hour away. We'll see what that camp looks like, and if it's good, we'll stay out there for probably a couple of days. If it's shit, we'll look for somewhere else.
Where are we, Matt?
Tasmania, mate.
And how excited are you?
Very, very excited.
What's the plan? Hey, panic?
Yeah. Beautiful little campsite. Just a little bit of sprinkle at the moment.
Yeah.
It's alright. It's always had good weather camping.
It's gonna be a nice change.
Will be. Just out the gear in some wet weather.
Yep. Already working, Elise.
Yep.
Go.
Part of the team.
Lucky
Guys, I got the
I'm
flag.
not cold.
The campsites for 2 nights. The shit that people are leaving around. Beautiful national park. And you wonder why campsites are being closed down. There's a bottle here, paper. There's probably half a carton of empty stubbies here. It's fucking disgusting. And now we'll have to pick up this crap. Cheers, guys. Elisa's firewood collection didn't last long, so the boys head out to rustle up some proper stuff. Now that's more like it. Load up and back to camp.
What have we got cranking in there, Broad? Jim Viney, Spag Bog. Nice little setup you got here, actually.
Little workstation?
Yeah.
Yeah. Couple tops, couple.
What's he got brewing in that cauldron?
The next morning we check out Dip Falls, and although there's a few sore heads from the night before, everyone's still keen for the walk down to the base of the falls.
Cheers.
We are just filling up some water tanks on both the Tracker and the MDC camper, and then we'll be heading to Arthur River.
Just dropping our pressures, just about to hit the Arthur River track along the beach. It's nothing too serious apparently. There might be some logs in the way because the rivers push out all these massive logs, as you can see, and then the swell from the ocean, they push them straight back onto the shore. So we were just speaking to the guys at the visitor centre there. That was super helpful. They were saying you might need to get out, move some logs. So dropping pressures down, just to save us doing it later on.
With the beach not looking like an option, we head for the inland track. Both the Jeep and the Hilux breeze right through, but Nick goes all shy and digs himself a hole. And with the trailer caught against the bank, reversing back for another attempt is out of the question. You don't want to go to the beach?
Gotta get over here.
Yeah. With the winch pulling the Hilux back down the hill, Nick's got to swap to a snatch to try and get his wheels out of the holes. Matt then manages to dig himself into a hole. However, this suits Nick just fine, as now he can winch the rest of the way without dragging the anchor towards him. Feeling left out, Mark joins the party to help remove the sand anchor.
Pulling Nico's Patrol in the trailer. Fair bit of weight.
5.5 ton.
Close to it, I'd say.
Yep. That's one Nissan through and one to come. Show us how it's done, Hamish. Almost at the top, and the nav loses all power and sinks in.
He's got no power. It just doesn't want to rev, like his turbos, like his hoses come off again, but
But it hasn't.
They're all on.
Yeah, okay.
Whether it's fucking turbo, not sure.
Well, you can kind of hear it spooling up.
Yeah, and he's got boost in the cabin.
With no idea why the Nivara has lost power, we try turning it off and then back on again.
The computer said no.
And if that's all that goes wrong today, hell, we'll take that.
Yeah, mate.
After stuffing around for way too long in the dunes, we move some driftwood and try out the beach. The Sandy Cape track is known to have a few bog holes, and after Matt went through in his Hilux without a problem, Hamish didn't think twice.
Are you serious?
Come on mate, run her in.
I'm gonna reach there. Oh, yum! That is filthy.
We keep moving, looking for a nice place to call home for a couple of nights.
Chilly.
We find a camp, and as we're setting up, the daily storm rolls through and gets everything soaked. So, a chicken curry is on the menu to warm us all up. Coming up in track 2, we hit some of Tassie's most iconic tracks. With more water and mud than we've ever seen before, the trucks are really starting to cop a beating.